like I said, completely hands off. So I think that's an advantage for people that has, for example, another job or is a entrepreneur like myself who needs to dedicate their time to other more important things. I had no experience previously with ecom or anything online. I think something that stood up to me was you guys were not making any false promises. I think everything was pretty clear since the beginning. I'll be completely honest with you. With
Yeah.
25K in real estate, you can't really do shit. Bro, I didn't even know that I had make over $1,000 next month.
Hey.
What's going on, brother?
Awesome, man. So if you can just introduce yourself and what you do, that would be awesome to start.
Okay, my name is Cesar Lecarica. I usually, I'm sorry, I first started with retail about, I'll say 15 years ago. That was my very first business.
Oh, nice.
Um, about 5 or 6 years ago, I started investing into real estate, started flipping, and now we're actually jumping into development.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Then how's development going so far in the early stages?
This is my very first ground up project. So just bought the land, working on plans now. They're about to be submitted into the city. It's a process. It's basically the same thing as doing a full rehab. Obviously,
Okay.
it's a lot more work, but the process is kind of the same. So, submitting plans, getting your plans done, then submitting them to the city, going through reviews and all of that process. It's a little
So
tedious, but
yeah, I was gonna say pretty time consuming, I guess, as well.
exactly time consuming.
Awesome. And I guess what made you look into this opportunity instead of, hey, let me just park more money into real estate or kind of put it in the stock market or something else?
So basically, in real estate with 30 grand, you can't really do much. So I had a little bit of extra money. Obviously, the relationship that I have with you helped out a lot. Your work ethic, always answering all the questions I had. Uh, the system, I think it's a great system. It's kind of a hands off, but it was obviously the relationship that got me to invest into the business at first, and then as I got into it, the whole process was just easy. I was
Awesome.
actually also looking for something that's completely hands off, and this is exactly what that is.
Yeah. So actually, a kind of a funny backstory. I play soccer with Cesar every week, and we know each other from a networking group. And then he saw the Ecom Accelerator ads on online for a couple months, and he's like, "Man, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And finally, I was like, "Oh, this," I kind of told him all about it. And he joined up pretty quickly. So he's been, I think you joined very end of maybe February, early March. And I think you got everything up and running around April.
Yep,
So
sounds about right.
cool. Besides, obviously, I'm a real person. Was there anything that kind of stood out to you whenever you're doing your research or whenever I sent you all of the materials? Anything you're like, hey, this looks pretty good.
I think something that stood up to me was you guys were not making any false promises. I think everything was pretty clear since the beginning. I
Nice.
obviously knew that I was not going to make 5, 10, 20K a month, but I think with the amount that I invested and the numbers, I think it made sense. It obviously is gradually going up, but for the amount that I invested, I think it made sense uh, to invest that amount of money. When you do, the ROI of the amount, it's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I guess, let's just pin it at 30 grand. Like, is there any cash flow in the real estate market at a 30 grand price point, or is it impossible?
So, but in online and social media, you're gonna see all these guys telling you, "Oh, I do real estate and I flip homes and I have zero money out of pocket." It's complete bullcrap. I mean, even if you're gonna do ground up, you need to buy land. Even if you get a loan for the land, you need to submit plans. The engineer is actually going to charge you. So there's a lot of people online telling you, "Oh, I have zero money out of pocket. It's kind of BS. In real estate, in the city we're in, Miami, with 30 grand, can't do much.
No.
If
No.
I'll say you can't do nothing at all, to be completely honest.
Cool. Um, and yeah, so I guess you're about what, 7 or 8 months in, and you know you crossed decent bit over $1,000 in profit or cash flow last month. So that's pretty cool. That you know it just gives people another option. Um, I guess how was the onboarding experience for you with Tiffany and the team?
So the experience was great. It was actually super easy. Very, very, it's a simple process. You receive a contract. Once you sign that contract, obviously you have to send your investment, but everything was super easy. Tiffany is always communicating with me through text. The whole team is actually great with communication. So it makes it all very, very easy. It's like I said, completely hands off. So I think that's an advantage for people that has, for example, another job or is a entrepreneur like myself who needs to dedicate their time to other more important things. I think it's a good option while having just some residual income coming in. I think it's great for people that's looking for something realistic.
Nice. And I was going to ask you how communication has been, you know, since onboarding, but it sounds like it's been pretty solid.
It's very good. I have no complaints about that communication. It's always been great. I've always received
Awesome.
a reply as soon as I ask a question or as soon as anything needs to get done, then I'm always getting an answer right away.
Cool. And I guess what progress have you seen so far, just regarding your stores, sales, listings, reviews, etc.?
So just like any other business, well, actually, this business, I think it actually scales a lot faster than a lot of other businesses. It obviously it's going to gradually increase, but as you said, I think we've been on it for 6 months, if I'm not mistaken, 6, 7 months,
Yep.
and I'm starting to see some profits. For the past few months, it's been gradually been going up. So I started seeing profits maybe within the second or third month, and then as you mentioned last month, I think we went over a grand. So
Nice.
it's gradually been going up, which is great.
Any advice for folks who are thinking about doing this opportunity?
Just, I think basically the same advice that I will give any other investors. Obviously, it's everyone likes to take care of their money, but just like any other business, just jump into it. I think the sooner you jump into it and the sooner you start working on the stores and you getting built and you getting up and running, the sooner you start making money. So as I said, it's a very easy process and basically risk free. And most importantly, you basically do zero work on your part. So that's very important,
Cool.
at least to me personally.
Yeah, especially when you also have an assistant to help manage anything too.
That always helps. That always helps.
Any final thoughts on the value or how it's going so far?
Honestly, I think it's been a good experience. Overall, it's been a great experience. Uh, I had no experience previously with ecom or anything online, and like I said, the experience has been awesome. We're we're thank God making money, and I think that was the main point of the initial investment. So hopefully, we'll get our investment back very very soon and start making some profits.
Cool. Anything we can improve upon?
Overall, I think it's been great. To be completely honest with you, I just don't, I can't think of anything that needs improvement. I think it's a pretty solid system, and communication, customer service, it's been great.
Cool. Awesome. That's all my questions.
Awesome, Cam.
Sweet. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, man.
No problem.
Yeah, your stores are doing pretty good now, so I'm excited to see them
That's
take
awesome,
even the
bro. I
next.
didn't even know that I had make over a grand last month.
Yeah, it was 1230 for your first store profit. Um, and your second store, is like, I feel like it's brand new. Um, did 115, so over 1300.
Nice, brother.
Pretty sweet.
It's awesome.
Um, yeah, I imagine December will be really good too. We had so many orders like across everyone that we had to like I had to use my Amazon account to fulfill orders.
Yeah.